Welcome to the Witchy Work Wishes podcast, a place to find your weekly inspiration for bringing your personal witchcraft practice into your business, work, and office. Welcome to Witchy Work Wishes. I'm your host, Charlene, and today we are on episode number 123. Oh, I just love saying that. Episode number 123. But I'm talking about office moon magic today. Now, witches who weave moon magic into their office and corporate lives really do harness a powerful, cyclical force that brings balance, intuition, and intention to their work. By aligning tasks with the moon's phases, like launching a project with the waxing moon, closing deals under the full moon, or reflecting and restructuring during a waning moon, it lets us flow with the natural energy rather than fight against it. Setting intentions with the new moon can help manifest career goals, while dark moon energy offers space for deep introspection and recalibration in those high-stake environments. Charging office tools, from planners to crystals, with lunar energy, infuses our daily tasks with magical purpose, really transforming the workplace into a sacred space of empowerment and manifestation. So whether subtly incorporating moon phases into some decision making, or maybe creating a full moon abundance ritual before a big pitch, we witches in our corporate worlds can wield lunar wisdom to cultivate success, creativity, and our own personal power. Now, before I jump into today's moon magic episode, I would love to pull some things I did over the weekend and some general witchy work wishes housekeeping notes. So it was Lupercalia this past weekend. It was Valentine's Day. And I just love that it fell on a Friday. Like, how cool, right? If you guys already work with the energy of the days of the week, you know that Fridays are about self-love, right? As they are ruled by Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and pleasure. But Fridays, they carry that energy of attraction, of harmony and indulgence, making it super good for rituals that nurture our self-worth and inner radiance. So I hope you were all up to amazing self-care activities this past Friday. And, if you have someone special in your life, that you were celebrating the powerful love element, not only with the day of the week, but with the element of Lupercalia and Valentine's Day. If you didn't have time, right, carve out some time this coming Friday. Embracing the magic of Friday can be as simple as taking time for a self-care ritual, right? Like trying a bath infused with rose petals and lavender, or anointing yourself with a Venus-charged oil. Maybe it's super simple, like wearing colors of pink and green, something to align with love's vibration. Fridays are also a powerful time to set affirmations for self-acceptance and confidence. Journal about your personal strengths. Craft a love spell. Something, right? Anyhow, I enjoyed my day. I did take the time to personally acknowledge self-acceptance and, take another look at what it really means to honestly and truly love myself. I know I mentioned it a bunch on last week's episode. It's hard, isn't it? Like, we are conditioned to think of self-care as something that is selfish in nature. But that is the farthest thing from the truth. Rewriting that narrative is tough. It does not happen overnight, but it can happen with little baby steps. And those baby steps are worth it. We are worth it. All right, now, I would love to also tell you about the spirit interactions that I had last week, but I'm not. I am actually a guest on Annika's podcast this week, and she and I talk about that very experience. So please join me over there to listen and hear the story. We actually talk about a bunch of stuff and a bunch of spirit interactions that we have both had over the years. Her podcast is called Between Two Worlds, and you can find it on Spotify with a quick search. I will add it in the show notes here too, though. As always, we have so much fun talking about witchy stuff together, and this recording, you guys, oh my gosh, it is no different. Lots of giggles, lots of stories, and lots of fun. Now, for witchy work wishes, I would love to give a big welcome to Beth, who joined the Patreon family. Hello, Beth. Yay! I just love how we are slowly growing in numbers there, and our family is getting bigger and stronger each month. I do have two things added this week for us on Patreon as well. A worksheet for today's episode, something, with a bunch of the show notes in it in case you want to reference them later. And if you are a doodler or, like coloring, I did add an Office Moon Magic coloring page that you can download. If you guys do though, and you do coloring, will you snap a picture of it and post it in the chat for Patreon? Like, I would love to see your work. We can have a little art group started. All right, and speaking of February, like, how are you guys doing with the card draw for this month? I know after the speed of January, for me at least, with my line of work, I was less than thrilled with the fast-paced card we got for February. Like, I personally wanted to slow down a bit and retreat after the ass-kicking I got in January, but the card chose otherwise. So I have done my work. I'm not done. Are you guys? But I'm doing it. So if you've not checked out our Patreon family, please do. There are 4 levels, and the first level is actually free. So there you get early access to the episodes, you get any supporting, worksheets that I post for them, and you get the monthly card draw, all at that free level. The second level gets, the added card draw worksheet that has 3 journal prompts on it, 3 exercises, and a witchy tea recipe to, support the energy that we are working with. The third level gets the added witchy spell, again, working with the energy from the card pool. And the fourth level gets, it gets everything. Everything including that big grimoire page that I am now posting at the beginning of each month. That grimoire page it's actually a couple pages. It's full of associations for the energy we are working with, sigil work, spell work, a potion, and a full moon ritual. So this fourth level it's a full access level. It's if something is posted, even like private videos, you have access to it. So the Witchy Work with Patreon family, though, really is the quickest and easiest way to support this podcast. I'm having so much fun there. And again, big welcome to Beth and to everyone who has recently joined the family. I am so, so happy and honored that you are here with us. All right, now I got a little feedback on the story that I added to last week's episode. And it sounds like a lot of you really liked that addition. So how about another one? This story is original. It is not an adaptation. Wait, did I say that right? Adaptation? That didn't sound right. It is not an adaptation to like I did last week. And you're going to understand why I did this story because you're going to hear some things next month to understand why this was written. It's going to come full circle, and it is for a reason. Okay, let's do a quick story real fast before we jump into today's Office Moon Magic. The Moon Hatched Trio, a witch's backyard magic. The day Kala decided to bring home chickens, the sky was draped in soft silver clouds, the kind that hinted at unseen celestial magic. She had been yearning for something, some quiet, some grounding, some new kind of spell work that would connect her hands to the earth. And so, when she saw the little sign at the farm shop reading, "Heritage Hens, ready for loving homes," she knew it was time. She picked 3, drawn not by their breeds, but by their eyes. One had feathers the color of the dark moon, sleek and glossy. Another was the pale gold of a waxing crescent. And the third, a mix of speckled white and gray, reminded her of a full moon peeking through the clouds. As she carried them home in a woven crate, she whispered to them, already knowing their names. "You will be Nyx," she told the black-feathered hen, after the primordial goddess of the night. "You, my golden one, are Selene, after the waxing moon's gentle glow. And you," she said, brushing a finger over the speckled hen's soft feathers, "you are Luna, the full and bright." When Kala placed them in their new coop, she traced a protection sigil on the wooden beams with salt water, whispering an incantation for safety and warmth. This wasn't just about raising chickens. This was about creating a living spell, a sacred space where the rhythms of nature, magic, and self-care were intertwined. At first, Kala fussed over them like an overprotective mother. She bought them treats of calendula and lavender, sprinkled their nesting boxes with chamomile for restful energy, and read to them from her grimoire while she sipped her morning coffee. But as the days passed, the hens taught her something surprising: the magic of simply being. Nix, her dark-feathered wanderer, reminded Kala of the power of solitude. While the other two were pecking at the ground together, Nix often wandered off, exploring the corners of the yard, scratching at shadows. She was a reminder that solitude was not loneliness, but a sacred space for self-discovery. Selene, with her golden shimmer, was bold and confident. She was the first to greet Kala in the mornings, the first to demand treats, the first to hop in her lap as if claiming her place in the world. She embodied self-worth, showing Kala that embracing one's own light was an act of magic in itself. And then there was Luna, the wise, watchful one. When the others fluttered about, she stayed steady, observing. If one got startled, Luna was the one who clucked softly, kind of grounding the energy. She was a living reminder of cycles, of the ebb and flow of emotions, honoring both rest and action. As the weeks passed, Kala found herself mirroring their lessons. She carved out sacred solitude for herself, sitting by the coop in the evenings, listening to the wind hum through the trees. She stood tall in her own light, just as Selene did, affirming that she was worthy of love, of joy, of magic woven into everyday moments. And she trusted her cycles, allowing herself to rest when needed, knowing that, like the moon, she would always return to her fullest self. One night, under the glow of a waxing moon, Kala took her journal and wrote down a simple spell. I am as wild as Nyx, as radiant as Selene, and as wise as Luna. I am the moon's daughter, growing, glowing, whole. She whispered it to the wind, her 3 feathered familiars nestled nearby, content in the world that they had built together. And with that, the backyard became more than a patch of earth. It became a sanctuary, a place where love, light, and lunar magic thrived. Okay, well, that is a story just for us here at Witchy Work Wishes. And spoiler alert, guess what's happening at my home? You'll never guess. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's dive into today's episode and how we can bring this mystical office moon magic energy into our own office in our own corporate worlds. And it really doesn't matter, you guys, whether you're working from home, maybe you're in a bustling office, or you're just navigating the energy of a shared workspace. The moon's cycles offer a guiding rhythm to enhance our focus, productivity, and intuition. So grab a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, a glass of wine, light a candle if you can, and settle in, because in this episode, we are unlocking the secrets of office moon magic and how we can harness the lunar energy to, create more flow, alignment, and success in our work life. In today's fast-paced work world, where deadlines, meetings, and endless to-do lists often dictate our schedules, it is super easy to feel disconnected from the natural rhythms that influence our energy and productivity. But what? What if I told you that the moon, yes, that glowing celestial force in the sky, holds a key to working smarter, not harder? Moon magic in the workplace is all about tapping into the lunar cycles to align our tasks, creativity, and our decision-making with the ebb and flow of natural energy. Each phase of the moon offers a different energetic blueprint, whether it's the fiery motivation of a waxing moon, maybe it's the heightened clarity of the full moon, or the introspective wisdom of the waning and dark moon. By working with these phases rather than against them, we can bring in more balance, right? More ease and intention into our professional lives. And the best part? This magic isn't reserved for witches in candlelit circles. It's for everyone, whether you're clocking in at a corporate office, maybe you're managing your own business, or creating from a cozy home workspace. No matter where or how you work, the moon's energy is there, ready to guide and support you. So let's explore how we can, bring a little lunar wisdom into our workday and make our office, wherever it may be, a space of magic, flow, and success. Now, in season 2, back in 2023, I did a 3-part series on moon magic. If you have not listened to those episodes, it really would be a great place to start. It's not necessary, but it would be a good foundation if you are newer to lunar magic. They are episodes, they're 45, 46, and 47, starting back in August of 2023. So I dive really, really deep into moon magic there since it's spread over 3 episodes. And I focus on each of the phases and pull a bunch of energy for us to work with. Now today, though, it really is specifically tied to the office, like our work, our corporate side of things. Now you might have just asked, do you need to be a lunar witch to practice moon magic? Well, personal opinion here. I think most of the titles that float around out there cross over so much, like a bunch, right? Being a witch is so multifaceted. But short version is no, you don't need to be a titled lunar witch or whatever you want to call it. You can practice moon magic and not give yourself that actual title, like as a lunar witch. So what is a lunar witch? By definition, it's going to be a practitioner of witchcraft who works closely with the moon's energy, using its cycles for spells and rituals, divination, and personal growth. In this type of practice, the moon governs intuition, emotions, and transformation, making it a really powerful force for witches who, seek to align their magic with its rhythms. Now, lunar witches may also work with moon deities like Hecate, Selene, Artemis, track astrological lunar placements, use moon-charged tools like water, crystals, or oils. Whether focusing on intuition, energy cycles, or personal rituals, lunar witches heavily embrace the ebb and flow of the moon as a guiding force in their practice. Now, this line of practice is not only about working with the moon's specific energy, though. A lunar witch often incorporates, crystals and herbs into their practice that enhance their connection with the moon's energy. Since lunar magic is deeply, deeply tied to intuition and cycles and transformation, there are certain crystals and herbs that are going to resonate more strongly with different moon phases and intentions. So you're going to find them, often using corresponding crystals that amplify intuition, dreams, emotions, and feminine energy. Moonstone's a big one for this, right? The ultimate lunar crystal, enhancing intuition, emotional balance, and connection to divine feminine energy. Selenite's a big one in this practice, heavily linked to the moon's, cleansing and high vibrational energy. Really good for clearing negative energy and charging other tools. Amethyst is a big one for lunar witches. Amethyst really does aid in spiritual clarity, dream work, and deepening psychic abilities. Really perfect for full moon rituals. Labradorite is another good one in this practice. This is a stone of transformation and magic, really helping with intuition and connecting to lunar cycles. And then also lunar witches are going to use a lot of obsidian or black tourmaline. This is a protective stone. Both are protective stones, often used with dark moon energy, shadow work, and grounding. So you're also going to find lunar witches using herbs that support their practices, specifically tying into the moon's energy. I did mention these on my witchy garden episode, but top 5 are probably going to be, mugwort. That's going to be something to help enhance intuition, dream work, divination, usually used for full moon and dark moon rituals. Jasmine's a big one that's really heavily associated with lunar energy, love magic, and psychic enhancement. Lavender's big, calming herb really for lunar witches. Great for full moon relaxation, self-care rituals, and dream magic. Chamomile's another nice one. It's really that emotional balance herb for, protection, prosperity, often used during waning moon spells. And willow bark, heavily tied to lunar deities and intuition, and often used in moon water or protective spells. But again, you don't need to be a full-blown like lunar witch to practice moon magic. And you certainly can bring this energy into your job and corporate world without labeling yourself as one. All right, let's start with lunar cycle and work energy. The new moon marks the beginning of the lunar cycle. It is a time of, initial darkness right before the moon begins to wax and grow in the sky. This phase is a powerful, energetic reset, making it the ideal moment for us to set intentions, to brainstorm new projects, and to plan work-related goals. Whether you're in a corporate office, maybe it's a home business or a creative workspace, working with the new moon energy can provide clarity, some focus, and some magical energy boosting us to professional and personal endeavors. By aligning with this lunar phase, we can create intentional growth and manifest success in our careers and our spiritual journeys. At its core, the new moon is a time for intention setting, a moment to pause and reflect and decide what we wish to cultivate in the coming weeks. Witches working with this energy can create a new moon ritual dedicated to setting clear and actionable goals. This could involve, like writing down intentions in a journal or on a piece of paper, focusing on what we want to manifest in our work and our personal lives. It can look like creating a sigil that represents our intentions, charging it with energy and placing it on a vision board or, somewhere in our workspace. This could look like performing a candle ritual, using, a white or silver candle to symbolize new beginnings, and infusing it with focused energy as we state our desires out loud. By setting intentions under the new moon, we tap into the energy of fresh starts, aligning our desires with the moon's cycle of growth and expansion. Now next, we want to kind of start to use this time for brainstorming new projects, like tapping into the creative flow. The darkness of the new moon, how it begins, really does provide like a blank slate. It is perfect for exploring new ideas, creative projects, and business ventures. So witches who work in creative fields or run their own businesses can use this phase to engage in intuitive brainstorming, right? Write free, doodle, or meditate to, receive inspired ideas from spirit guides, ancestors, or, your subconscious mind. Hold a tarot or oracle card reading. Use divination to uncover hidden insights about future projects and business endeavors. And then use this time to work with lunar herbs and crystals, like, by burning mugwort or working with labradorite and moonstone. These can help enhance intuition and creative visions. By embracing the new moon's energy, we can let go of limitations and open ourselves up to fresh ideas, trusting that inspiration is going to flow naturally. But this is also a time to plan out our work goals, right? Aligning strategy with lunar energy. So beyond creativity, the new moon really is a powerful time for strategic planning. Just as the farmers plant seeds during the new moon, we can use this phase to plant the seeds of future success in our careers and our businesses. This is a great time to set long-term career goals. Like where do you want to be in 6 months? Where do you want to be in a year? Write down your vision and break it into actionable steps right now. Create a moon cycle work plan, right? Align major work tasks with the moon's phases. For example, start new projects during the waxing moon, finalize deals during the full moon, and wrap up loose ends during the waning moon. But the new moon is a good time to commit to small, consistent changes, right? This new moon energy isn't about instant results. It is about planting seeds and nurturing them over time. By treating work goals as part of that natural, cyclical process, we can remove pressure and allow our inspirations to unfold in divine timing. So embracing magic of the new moon, this is going to be a powerful time of potential, inviting us to pause and dream and set intentions that really do align with our highest good. Whether It's going to be through rituals, some creative brainstorming, maybe it's through structured goal setting. Working with this phase really does allow for purposeful manifestation and aligned action. By syncing in with the moon's energy, we can flow with natural cycles rather than fight against them, which really does bring magic, clarity, and success into our work and personal lives. Okay, next we have the waxing phase. Now, staying motivated and productive, it can often feel like an uphill battle, right? We have all felt it. But witches who work with lunar energy know that success isn't just about constant hustle. It's about aligning with natural cycles to create momentum at the right time. The waxing moon phase, which follows the new moon and leads up to the full moon, is a time of growth, action, and increasing energy. This, my friends, is when we hustle. It is when we shift from intention setting to active manifestation, making it the perfect phase for building momentum, taking action, and launching new initiatives in our professional lives. It is like the supercharged section of the phases. It helps with our productivity, it boosts our confidence, and it ensures we are aligned with the growing power of the lunar cycle. So the waxing phase, just think of it about building momentum and creating the structure for our success. Just as the moon grows brighter each night, its energy really does support expansion and forward movement. So in an office setting, this is the best time to build momentum by organizing and prioritizing tasks. Revisit those goals that you set during the new moon and break them into actionable steps. Use this time to create a checklist, to set deadlines, and map out the journey ahead. The waxing phase is about boosting our motivation. Like the waxing moon naturally heightens energy levels and focus, making it a perfect time for team meetings, brainstorming sessions, and vision work. Now, if you work solo, use this energy for confidence boosting affirmations and visualization techniques. Waxing moon, it is about cleansing and charging your workspace. Use sacred smoke like sage, rosemary, palo santo. Use selenite or moon water to clear stagnant energy and invite fresh momentum into your office. Building momentum during the waxing moon isn't just about action. It's also about creating a strong foundation that ensures long-term success. The waxing phase is about taking action. Action, action, action. Moving from the planning stage, during the new moon to the execution stage. And it's not just about preparation. So think of it like, hey, we're not just preparing. Like we did that during the new moon. This is about action. It is the prime time to move forward with projects, to make decisions, and to step into leadership roles. Now, in an office setting or business setting, this might look like, making confident decisions, right? If there's a choice you've been hesitating over, trust the waxing moon energy to support decisive action. It's going to look like, sending important emails and proposals. This is a great time, really good time for pitching new ideas, reaching out to clients, or scheduling key meetings. It's also about launching marketing campaigns or product promotions, right? The waxing moon is about visibility, perfect for increasing engagement, networking, or announcing something new. It's also about setting healthy work habits. If you've been meaning to start a new productivity routine, introduce it now. Like the waxing moon supports growth and consistency. This is the go-getter phase of the moon cycle where our energy is high and our motivation peaks. So use the time wisely by channeling its energy into actionable steps toward your career and business goals. But you know what though, with the waxing moon, it is also about starting new initiatives, right? Embracing the growth and expansion. So one of the most magical aspects of this phase is that it encourages expansion, really making it an excellent time for starting those new initiatives, taking the bold steps forward. What could that look like? It could look like starting a new project or a business venture. Whether it's a creative endeavor, maybe it's a new servicing offering, or maybe it's a big, huge career move. The waxing moon is going to support new beginnings that require, sustained energy. It's about hiring or expanding your team, right? If you're looking to bring on new people or collaborate with others, this is an ideal time to begin. Investing in professional growth, right? Perfect during a waxing moon. Sign up for classes, sign up for training or mentorship, anything that's going to allow you and help you grow your skills and knowledge. This is also a really good time for manifesting abundance in your career, though. Waxing moon is powerful for money magic, making it, the right time for abundance spells, financial goal setting, and career manifestation rituals. New initiatives that begin during the waxing moon are really going to gain strength as the moon grows, ensuring long-term stability and success. All right, what can we do during a waxing moon in the workplace? Think about it being a teacher, right? Teaching us that momentum is built step by step through action, through intention, and then trust in the process. Whether you work a 9-to-5 job, maybe you run your own business, maybe you create from a personal workspace. This lunar phase provides us a boost of energy that makes productivity, goal setting, and our new beginnings feel exciting and aligned. So as the waxing moon approaches, take time to commit to forward movement. Ask yourself, what project or goal can I take action on this week? How can I build steady momentum in my work life? And what steps can I take to expand my career, business, or creative practice? By aligning your work with the waxing moon's natural growth cycle, you are going to find that progress flows more effortlessly. Success becomes more sustainable, and magic infuses in every aspect of your career. All right, and here comes the biggie. Here comes the full moon. The full moon is the height of the lunar cycle. It is a time of illumination, clarity, and powerful energy. In both magical and practical terms, it's going to represent a peak moment, making it an ideal phase for meetings, presentations, and, making big decisions in the workplace. Again, you don't have to be in a corporate office for this, right? Maybe you are running a small business. Maybe you are managing a creative project. Maybe you're working from home. Either way, witches who align with the full moon's energy can harness its intensity to maximize success, visibility, and impact. The full moon energy is bold, right? It's vibrant. It's magnetic. It creates the perfect atmosphere for high-stake conversations, career advancements, and manifesting long-term goals. By understanding how to work with this lunar phase, professionals and business owners can use office moon magic to amplify their confidence, enhance their communication, and make empowered choices. A full moon phase is all about peak energy. Peak energy, which is perfect timing for meetings and presentations. So think of the full moon's energy, with like heightened emotions, sharpened intuition, and increased visibility. Qualities that all make for ideal situations with important meetings, public speaking, and showcasing work. This phase supports powerful communication. Right? The full moon enhances clarity and expression, making it really a good time for negotiations and pitching ideas and leading discussions. The full moon's energy is good for confidence in public speaking, right? If you need to present to a team, to your boss, or to a client, the full moon is going to boost charisma and self-assurance. Full moon's a great time for networking and collaboration. It really is all about, connection and community, making it a really excellent time for professional networking, forming new business partnerships, or strengthening team dynamics. And this is a good time to showcase your work, right? If you've been working on a big project, it is the best time to present it for recognition and success. Since the full moon amplifies all the energy, it's going to be really important to stay focused and intentional during meetings and presentations. So take a moment, before speaking to ground yourself, set an intention for success, and then visualize a positive outcome. The full moon is about making decisions. An excellent time for making big decisions in the workplace, right? During this phase, the heightened full moon energy is going to support gaining clear insight. It brings revelations and clarity to us, making it much easier to see the big picture and also recognize some patterns that may have been hidden. It's a good time for weighing important choices, right? If you've been struggling with a decision, whether to change jobs, whether you should launch a new project, or maybe you should shift business strategies, the full moon is going to offer insight and strong intuitive guidance. This is also a great time to reevaluate goals. If your past decisions no longer feel aligned, right? Life happens. Sometimes we need to shift gears. The full moon reveals what needs to be changed and really does encourage a course correction. And it's a good time just to trust your intuition. Logic is important, but under the full moon, gut instincts, I think, become stronger. So pay attention to what your intuition is telling you about career moves or business decisions. To enhance clarity during this phase, we can work with divination tools such as, tarot, oracle cards, journaling, or meditation, right? To receive guidance before making that final decision. And the full moon, it's about harnessing energy for professional success. Since the full moon is the most powerful phase in the lunar cycle, it really is essential to channel this heightened energy productively. So here's how to work with it in the workplace. Full moon ritual for success. Perfect. Before a big meeting, presentation, or decision, light a gold or white candle, hold a crystal like citrine, for confidence, or moonstone for intuition, and then visualize yourself speaking with power, making confident choices, and being fully aligned with success. You could do office tool charging and workspace charging. The full moon is an excellent time to cleanse and charge work tools such as your planners, computers, even your desk space using selenite or moon water. Think about the full moon and what you can do with gratitude and recognition. Since the full moon represents that culmination and celebration energy, take a moment to recognize your achievements, thank your team, and celebrate your milestones. Expressing gratitude attracts even more success. And think about, what you're going to be letting go of. If certain projects, commitments, or mindsets have been draining your energy, the full moon can be a time to release them. Write down what you need to let go of, right? What's no longer serving you. Burn the paper safely, rip it up, do something symbolic, right? Some symbolic act of clearing the space for better opportunities. All right, the full moon. It is a time of heightened energy, clarity, and power. It is our moment to step into the spotlight and make bold moves. It's time to claim our success. So again, whether you're leading that major presentation, you're making a career-altering decision, or simply reflecting on progress, this lunar phase is going to support courage, recognition, and transformation. So as the full moon approaches, ask yourself, what professional milestone or achievement can I celebrate? What truth is being revealed to me in my career or business? And how can I confidently step into my power and make an impact? By aligning your work with full moon energy, you will find that your confidence, leadership, and success naturally expand, just like the luminous glow of the moon herself. Now, as the full moon fades into darkness, the waning moon phase comes up. And this phase really does invite us to slow down, to reflect, and to release what no longer serves us. This is the time for cleansing and organizing and tidying up those loose ends, both physically and energetically. Now in the workplace, this lunar phase is going to be ideal for reducing stress, wrapping up projects, and clearing workspace energy, making room for new opportunities later. Now, witches who align with the waning moon's energy know that not every phase is about growth and expansion. Sometimes the most powerful magic comes from letting go, simplifying, and creating space for transformation. So again, doesn't matter where you work. If you're in an office, maybe you work from home, you're running your own business. This phase is for everyone. It offers the perfect opportunity to declutter your mind, declutter your workspace and your schedule, making way for the next cycle of success. So first thing to focus on is, it's releasing stress. A waning moon ritual for letting go, right? The waning moon naturally supports release and reflection. It really makes it a powerful time for reducing stress and removing energetic blockages in your work life. Here's how you can work with this phase, to let go of tension and reclaim balance. Think about a mindful reflection, right? Take a moment to review what has been causing stress. And you can't say everything. It can't be your whole job, but there are going to be specific things that are causing you stress or draining your energy at work. Journaling or simple meditation really can help identify what needs to be released. Think about a letting go ritual, right? Write down workplace frustrations, worries, or unproductive habits on a piece of paper and burn it. Rip it up. Do something while visualizing these burdens leaving your space. You can do something about setting boundaries, right? Use this time to reset work-life balance by reevaluating commitments and saying no to unnecessary obligations. And slow down. Slow down and recharge. Avoid overcommitting during this phase. This is not like the waxing moon where it's all about energy and forward movement. Instead, we are focusing now on our self-care. We are focusing on grounding rituals and simple tasks that restore energy. The waning moon reminds us that release is honestly just as important as action, right? By letting go of stress, we make room for renewed energy in the next cycle. So during a waning moon, we next want to think about organizing and decluttering, really creating space for flow. The waning moon phase is perfect for clearing out the clutter and restoring order in our workplace. Since the energy is naturally focused on release, it is an excellent time to, sort and declutter paperwork, right? Go through old files, organize documents, and clear out anything that is no longer needed. It is an excellent time to clean your digital space. Delete unnecessary emails, organize desktop files, and clear out lingering digital clutter. It's a great time to review workflows and systems, right? Take a step back and assess what's working and what's not in your routines. And then adjust as needed for greater efficiency in the next cycle. Waning moon is a great time to organize your desk and your office supplies too. A clean and organized workspace improves focus and really does reduce distractions, making it easier for us to move forward with clarity. So decluttering during the waning moon isn't just about physical space, right? It's about energetically resetting our environment so we can work with more ease and flow. And then we also want to look at wrapping up projects, right? Closing those loose ends before the new cycle begins again. As the moon wanes towards the dark moon phase, it really is an ideal time to, kind of finalize those ongoing projects, complete the tasks, and bring closure to unfinished work. So instead of starting something new, right, we do not want to do that right now. We want to focus on finishing reports and deliverables, right? Wrap up any outstanding assignments or responsibilities before the next lunar cycle begins. Focus on resolving pending issues. Address those unresolved problems. Follow up on emails and finalize any outstanding work conversations. We want to focus on reviewing progress and lessons learned too. This is the time to reflect on how the past weeks have gone. What worked? What didn't work? Use these insights to refine your approach for the next cycle. By completing projects during the waning moon, you create space for new beginnings once the new moon arrives. Also, don't forget clear workspace energy, refreshing the office for a new start. The waning moon really is a cleansing phase, making it perfect to clear out stagnant energy from your workplace. Try this. These are simple, but they can be effective little magical practices. Do a quick smoke cleansing, right? Burn rosemary, lavender, Palo Santo, something to remove negative or stagnant energy from your office. Use salt or moon water spray. Mist your desk, mist your chair. Do a little mist in the office area with cleansing water infused with sea salt, lavender, or sage. Do a crystal clearing, right? Use black tourmaline, obsidian, or selenite to absorb the unwanted energy and restore balance. And think about sound clearing. This can be bells, this can be a tuning fork, this can be chimes, some type of frequency of music maybe to shift the energy in your office space. A refreshed office workspace is going to open up creativity, focus, and motivation for the next cycle of work. All right, how can we embrace the waning moon's energy at work? Think about how this phase teaches us the magic of release, organization, and closure. It really does remind us that productivity isn't just about moving forward. It is also about making space for new growth. So instead of pushing forward with more tasks, use this phase to release stress and clear mental clutter. Use this phase to declutter and organize your workspace. Wrap up lingering projects and finalize tasks, and cleanse the office energy to prepare for a fresh start. As the next waning moon approaches, take a moment to reflect. What in my work life feels heavy, feels unproductive, or unnecessary? What projects or responsibilities can I close out before the next cycle? And how can I create more space physically, mentally, and energetically for new beginnings? By working with the natural rhythm of release, we will find that the next lunar cycle begins with much more clarity and balance and, just that renewed sense of focus. Now, if moon magic is new to you, you probably are going to be familiar with these 4 phases I just mentioned, right? A new moon, waxing moon, full moon, and a waning moon. That's decently universal. Everybody knows about the full moons for sure. But for me in my practice, I really do work with five phases. And the last phase is the dark moon. So the dark moon is about that final phase of the lunar cycle. And it occurs just before the new moon emerges. Unlike the energetic peaks of the full moon or the momentum of the waxing moon, this phase is one of deep rest, reflection, and inner work. Now, in the workplace where constant productivity is often prioritized, the dark moon offers a vital opportunity to slow down, reassess, and engage in professional shadow work, examining what's not working and releasing what no longer serves. So for witches who align their work with this lunar energy, the dark moon, it serves as a powerful time to pause, reset, and make space for the next cycle of growth. It really is an invitation to, step back from action and allow clarity, renewal, and transformation to emerge in our professional settings. First and foremost, the dark moon is about rest, honoring the need for pause. In a society that glorifies hustle culture, embracing intentional rest can feel like counterproductive, but it really is an essential part of our long-term success. The dark moon teaches us that pausing is powerful and that true productivity includes cycles of stillness just as much as action. So instead of pushing through exhaustion, we can focus on low energy tasks such as maybe organizing some files, catching up on reading, or maybe engaging in quiet planning. Give yourself permission to step away from your desk, take a mental health break, or reduce unnecessary meetings. The dark moon encourages our quiet reflection time. So minimize distractions like excessive social media scrolling or overcommitting to tasks that drain your energy. This is an excellent time excellent time for meditative practices like deep breathing exercises or, those short little walks to clear your mind. Now, resting during the dark moon phase isn't laziness. It's strategic energy preservation. So just as the moon, disappears to regenerate, allow yourself to pause helps to ensure stronger energy levels for the next cycle. The dark moon phase is about reflection, right? Looking inward for professional growth. It is a time of deep introspection, making it the perfect phase to assess past efforts, review progress, and, gain insight into professional patterns. Instead of pushing forward blindly, we can take this time to ask, what have I accomplished this lunar cycle? Celebrate wins, even the small ones, and acknowledge your progress. Ask yourself, what challenges have I faced? Identify any obstacles that have been holding you back. Ask yourself, what lessons have emerged? Consider what the last few weeks have revealed about your work habits, your mindset, and your environment. And then ask yourself, where do I need clarity? Use this phase to ask for guidance, whether you're journaling, you're doing divination, or you're doing that deep contemplation work. Engaging in quiet reflective practices such as pulling tarot cards for work insights, meditating on professional goals, or writing in a journal really does allow for clarity and wisdom to surface naturally. This is a great time for shadow work. I know that probably seems like a bit of a stretch in a professional setting, but it really is needed in our corporate worlds just as much as it's needed in our personal worlds. We need to be assessing what's not working in our work lives too. So using the dark moon phase for shadow work, facing hidden challenges, outdated beliefs, or limiting patterns that may be blocking your personal success and growth, it's a perfect time. In our professional settings, shadow work can help uncover toxic work habits, those outdated goals, or fears of failure that need to be released. So how can we work with this phase for professional shadow work? Use it for identifying patterns of burnout, right? Are you overworking? Are you taking on too much responsibility? Or are you struggling with the work-life balance? The dark moon is the time to admit what's no longer sustainable. We can use this phase to, face our career fears, whether it's fear of failure, imposter syndrome, or maybe a resistance to change. Acknowledge these fears so they do not hold power over you. This phase of the moon is great for recognizing unhealthy work environments. If your workplace, your team dynamics are draining rather than empowering you, the dark moon highlights where shifts need to happen. This is also a great time to reevaluate goals, right? Are you still aligned with your career or business vision? This is a time to release old goals that no longer fit and, set the stage for fresh intentions in the new moon phase that is coming up next. Shadow work it's not about judgment. It's about acknowledging what's hidden and then taking steps towards transformation. The dark moon provides a sacred space for honest reflection and necessary course corrections. So the dark moon is a time of inner alchemy too, right? Where silence and stillness are going to bring wisdom to us. So instead of resisting this phase, try embracing it by allowing rest and quiet time in your work schedule, by reflecting on the past cycle's progress and lessons, by acknowledging and releasing unproductive habits or patterns, and by setting the stage for renewal and new intentions in the next cycle. As the dark moon approaches, ask yourself, what aspects of my work life need deep reflection? What outdated habits, goals, or mindsets am I ready to release? And how can I use this phase to recharge and reset before the new moon begins again? By honoring, the dark moon's invitation to pause and reflect, we get to align our work life with that natural rhythm again, that natural rhythm that encourages long-term clarity, balance, and success. Okay, let's see. What about some desk and office moon magic? Let's bring this lunar energy into our workday. The moon's energy isn't just for nighttime rituals. It really can be woven into our daily work life, bringing clarity, focus, and magical flow to really any professional setting. And again, it doesn't matter what your corporate world looks like, what type of job you have. Big office, cold corporate structure, you run your own business, you manage creative projects from home, whatever it is. Desk and office moon magic is going to help align your career goals with that natural lunar cycle. So by incorporating small, little powerful moon-inspired practices, such as maybe like a little discreet new moon altar, a lunar-aligned task planning, a moon-charged tools, we get to infuse our workspace with energy that supports success, intuition, and productivity. All right, let's pull some things that we can do with some moon magic energy at our desk. First one I think is going to be like a little new moon altar, something to promote success at our jobs, right? Creating a new moon altar for work success doesn't require like a full ritual setup. Really, with just a few intentional items that bring lunar energy into our workspace, we can have it. This is a little focused on a desk though, but you can tweak it to make it work for your specific space. We're going to look for energy that's going to amplify intentions for career growth, encourage focus, motivation, and success, and keep our energy aligned with the lunar cycle. I would use mini crystals for this, right? Place a small selenite wand for clarity, a moonstone for intuition, or labradorite for creativity near your computer or in a desk drawer. Add some type of lunar symbolism for this. Like keep a little tiny crescent moon charm or a sticker or some type of image near your workspace to subtly invoke the lunar energy. Think about an affirmation card, super easy to add to a desk. Write a new moon affirmation like, I welcome new beginnings and success into my career, and place it in a planner or a notebook. You can also use essential oils like a roller ball, perfume spray. Pull those herbs that we talked about earlier, jasmine, lavender, maybe even frankincense, right? Think about your moon-aligned focus and intuition with this though. Even a single moon-charged object on your desk can serve as that daily touch point for setting and manifesting professional goals. We can also do like a lunar inspired to-do list. I love this one. Something that's going to align our work tasks with the moon cycle. So instead of following rigid productivity structures, aligning work tasks with the moon cycle is going to help ensure that you are working with the natural energy that we just talked about rather than fighting against it. So new moon, right? Fresh starts and intentions. Set your work goals, brainstorm new ideas, initiate projects, and outline plans for growth. Waxing moon, think about your action and momentum here. Focus on productivity, building momentum, executing tasks, networking, and expanding opportunities. Full moon, yep, visible big moves here. Schedule your meetings, schedule your presentations, your negotiations, launch major projects. Waning moon, think about release and review. Wrap up projects, organize files, declutter your workspace, and reflect on progress. And then dark moon, it's about your rest and recharge, right? Reduce workloads, engage in introspection, clear negative energy, and prepare for the next cycle. So if you guys have like day planners, mine's digital on my computer. I know where the phase of the moon is for each week that I'm looking at. And if you can help, even if it's baby steps, if you can help guide some of your business decisions with this natural flow, I promise you're going to see results. This cycle-based approach is going to help prevent burnout and really does allow for both action and reflection. That helps ensures that work tasks align with your natural rhythms. Okay, another thing we can do is moon-charged crystals for work, something that's going to enhance our energy and our focus. Crystals definitely carry lunar energy when charged under the moonlight, making them powerful, powerful allies in our workplace magic. So keeping moon-charged stones at your desks can enhance clarity, intuition, and productivity. It can provide energetic protection from workplace stress, and it can help with creativity, decision making, and our focus. Best crystals for this, for our office moon magic: selenite for sure. This is a cleansing and high vibrational stone that brings clarity, focus, and stress relief. Keeping a selenite wand near your computer is going to be good to kind of help clear out stagnant energy. Moonstone, love my moonstones. This is a stone of intuition, of emotional balance and new beginnings. It's perfect for decision making and career shifts, so hold it when setting new moon intentions. Labradorite is known as the stone of magic and creativity. It helps with brainstorming and problem solving and manifesting innovative ideas. And a little tip with those three crystals: charge them under the full moon, right? Then place them on your desk to keep that lunar energy flowing throughout the work week. Let's see, what else can we do? We can definitely use moon water in the office, right? We can use it for clearing out energy and focus. Moon water is going to be water that has been charged under the moonlight. It is simple. It's a simple act, but it really is a powerful tool for our workplace magic. It can be used for clearing out stagnant or stressful energy in the workplace. It can be used for enhancing focus and mental clarity. And it can be used for symbolizing fresh starts and new opportunities. And how can we use it? Well, spritzing it around is going to be the easiest form, right? Pour moon water into a small little spray bottle and mist it on your desk, your chair, your workplace, anywhere you need to clear negativity. Add a drop of essential oil. I love doing this one. I had the best rosemary moon water spray in the office recently. Rosemary is good for focus, right? Lavender for calm. But add a couple drops of essential oil into your moon water, and you've got some powerful energy at the office. You can drink moon water for focus and clarity, right? Add a few drops of moon water to your coffee, to your tea, or water bottle for an energetic boost. Make sure the water was collected safely though, right? Especially if you're going to internalize it. And moon water is great for adding, growth to our office plants. So water your office plants with moon water that is going to infuse them with growth energy, symbolizing that abundance and professional expansion. I love using moon water at the office. It really does bring a refreshing and magical energy into my space and really does keep that lunar magic present in my daily routines. So, bringing lunar magic into your workspace doesn't require an elaborate setup. These are all pretty simple, easy, quick things that we can do. They're small, intentional practices that transform our desk into a sacred space for success, intuition, and creativity. Though I love working with the moon cycles, they really do help create a natural rhythm of manifestation, productivity, and reflection that helps me align with my energy and my professional goals. All right, let's add a spell and water ritual to this segment. I think a lunar workspace cleansing spell would be just perfect. This is going to be something simple, right? But it's going to use that moon-charged energy to cleanse your space, cleanse your office, wherever you need it, helping to remove stagnant energy, stress, and distractions so that you can work in a space of clarity and focus. What you're going to need: a small dish of moon water, a piece of selenite or clear quartz, something for energy clearing. You're going to need a little pinch of sea salt for protection and grounding. And then I would add in a few drops of rosemary or maybe even peppermint, something for mental clarity. What you're going to do with this: first, take in a deep breath, right? Center yourself. Hold the intention of clearing out negative energy from your workspace. Then mix the moon water and salt and, a couple drops of whatever essential oil you are working with. Stir the mixture with your dominant hand, visualizing a bright silver light filling the water. Anoint your workspace, right? We're going to dip our fingers into the water and sprinkle just a few drops around the desk, the computer, or the chair, wherever you are putting this. But say something like, by the light of the moon, I clear this space. Let stress dissolve and leave no trace. With focus strong and mind set free, this space is charged with clarity. Use the crystal to seal the energy. Hold your selenite or quartz and wave it over your workspace, imagining it sweeping away any lingering negativity. And then let the energy settle, right? Take a few more deep breaths. Express gratitude and begin your work with renewed focus and balance. This is a great one to use I would do it during a waning or dark moon, right? We're releasing. We're letting go of something. You know what though? That said, you could also do this during a new moon, right? Right as the new moon begins to kind of clear the slate for new intentions and for the work cycle ahead. Yeah, either way, no, just not full moon. And then let's also add a moon water charging ritual for the office. We all love our moon water. So this one is going to allow us to infuse water with lunar energy, making and creating it into a magical tool for cleansing, focus, and workplace success. We are going to need some type of glass jar or bottle of purified water, a moon-charged crystal, again, selenite, moonstone, clear quartz maybe, and then a small sprig of rosemary or mint. Now on the night of the full moon, or even new moon, this could be full or new moon time, place your jar of water in a windowsill or outside under the moonlight. Hold your hands over the water and set your intention, saying, sacred moon shining bright, charge this water with your light. For clarity, focus, and success true, I call upon your magic new. Then let the water absorb the moon's energy overnight. Now, if you're using a crystal, place it next to or on top of the jar, but don't submerge it in the moon water if the crystal itself is, water sensitive. So now in the next morning, your moon water is going to be ready. You're going to use it then by, again, spritzing it around your desk for energetic cleansing, adding a few drops of it to your drinking water for enhanced intuition and focus, or again, watering your office plants to encourage growth and abundance. Label your moon water. I've really gotten caught on this one before. Label the moon water with the phase it was charged under. Most of us have multiple jars of water throughout the house, and if we do not label it, it's really easy to get confused of which phase it is. So full moon water for success, new moon water for fresh starts, write something on it, right? Different moon phases bring different energies, so be sure to mark which one it is. With these moon charge tools, I think, our workspace is going to stay clear, it's going to stay focused and infused with lunar magic, really helping us to manifest success, productivity, and, creativity in our careers. But be creative yourself, right? Come up with some of your own options. Do a full moon success candle, right? Lighting a small white or gold candle, even virtually, right? Even if you're just visualizing it with your mind with intention on something to enhance productivity. Do a waning moon release spell, right? Write down office frustrations and safely burn or shred the piece of paper. Be creative with like a new moon career manifestation jar. Add herbs like cinnamon for success, basil for abundance, and rosemary for clarity to keep a jar at your desk. Something. You guys have so many powerful things in our practices that will help you with this journey. All right, let's grab some tools and tips for working with co-workers and clients using moon energy. This can be tricky, right? Balancing team dynamics, client relationships, and workplace communication can be challenging to say the least. However, witches who attune to lunar energy can harness the moon's phases to enhance teamwork, improve emotional awareness, and create harmonious and productive professional relationships. I believe by aligning with moon phases, we can determine the best times for our meetings, our pitches and collaborations. Understanding how emotions fluctuate with the moon really allows for better conflict resolution and workplace harmony. And with, lunar inspired communication magic, we can strengthen professional networking, make persuasive requests at the right time, and smooth over misunderstandings with grace. So whether, again, doesn't matter where you are, if you're in a corporate office, you're managing a business, you're leading that creative team, integrating this moon magic into our workplace, it helps to foster balance and success and intuitive leadership. All right, when is the best time for meetings, pitches, and collaborations? Well, this far into the episode, you are probably well aware that each phase of the moon carries distinctive energetic energies that influence our communication, decision-making, and in our group interactions. So witches who plan meetings, pitches, and teamwork around lunar energy really can maximize their collaboration, innovation, and success. New moon. Setting intentions and new beginnings, right? Ideal for brainstorming sessions, project planning, setting workplace goals. This is a great time for leadership meetings and, introducing new strategies. Waxing moon. It's about building momentum, taking action, right? This is the best time for team collaborations, for networking and progress meetings. Our energy is increasing at making it a really good time for motivation and productivity. Full moon. Right? Again, this is our big moves. It's being very visible. This is a time for our high impact presentations, our negotiations, and our big decisions. Full moon enhances confidence, making it a perfect time to pitch ideas, close deals, or host major events. Waning moon, this is about our review and our completion, right? It really is the best time to assess our progress, resolve conflicts, and wrap up projects. This is the time to revisit the contracts that we made, to correct any mistakes, and to clear out inefficiencies. Dark moon, this is our rest. This is our reflection time. So avoid those high-stake meetings during this phase. Instead, focus on intentional work, that one-on-one conversation that you need to have, and review past cycles before everything starts all over again. So by strategically scheduling workplace activities with the moon cycles, we get to enhance our teamwork, enhance and improve our communications, and ensure our long-term success. All right, what about some emotional awareness at work? Managing moon-influenced emotions in the workplace. Yeah. The moon doesn't just affect the ocean's tides. It really does influence our human emotions and our energy levels, especially in high-pressure work environments. Understanding how emotions can shift throughout the lunar cycle really can help us navigate those group dynamics, the workplace stress, and personal interactions. So the full moon, it's about the heightened emotions and heightened sensitivity. This phase brings intensified emotions, which can lead to increased creativity, passion, and breakthroughs. But it can also lead to some tension, some miscommunication, and some workplace drama. So how can we manage full moon energy and emotions at work? Encourage open conversations while remaining mindful of heightened emotions. Manage it by using grounding techniques, right? Carry black tourmaline with you, something to stay centered. And avoid reactive decisions, those impulsive emails. Take time before responding. Now, the waning moon, that could bring some conflict resolution and emotional release energy with us, right? As our energy decreases, this is the best time to address lingering conflicts, right? Settle those disputes and tie up loose ends. People are often more open to forgive and compromise during a waning moon. All right, how to use this phase for workplace harmony? Schedule performance reviews during a waning moon, right? Feedback sessions or reconciliations during this phase. Let go of workplace stress, right? Meditation, deep breathing, whatever cleansing ritual that you can use to help. And use gentle communication and active listening to resolve misunderstandings. All good during a waning moon. It's important, though, to understand how the moon affects workplace emotions. If we can tap into this, it really does allow us to stay ahead of emotional shifts, ensuring better communication, stronger relationships, and honestly, a healthier work environment. Let's see, what else can we do? We can do lunar-inspired communication magic, right? Something that enhances workplace connections. I think effective communication is going to be key to anyone's career success. And, timing conversations with lunar energy can make a huge difference in networking, persuasion, and certainly conflict resolution. By working with the, moon-aligned communication strategies, we can improve teamwork, make stronger professional connections, and help to ensure that everyone's voices are heard. Waxing moon is going to be good for this one, right? That's about the networking, building connections. So as the lunar energy increases, people are going to be more receptive to new connections and new ideas. Best way to use the waxing moon for communication is going to be, reach out to potential clients, reach out to business partners or professional contacts. During a waxing moon, schedule those networking events, those collaborative meetings or professional workshops. And waxing moon's a good time to set intentions for improving workplace relationships. Full moon, with this one, we can use this high energy phase of the moon for making those big requests, those big persuasion magical events. I would ask for a raise during a full moon, ask for a promotion during a full moon, or what new project opportunity you want. Confidence is at its peak right now. Give presentations, sales pitches, or public speeches during a full moon. People are just more receptive. And then use charismatic communication, right, to persuade and influence clients or team members during a full moon. You're going to have all of that extra energy supporting you. Now, during a waning moon, we could use this for some conflict resolution, maybe those difficult conversations. As far as communication goes, I think, as the energy declines, people naturally become more introspective and kind of open to closure. So best ways to use the waning moon for some workplace harmony is going to be, again, I mentioned the performance reviews. It's a good time for honest feedback sessions and those difficult discussions. It's a good time to resolve misunderstandings with clients, with coworkers, or even business partners. And it's a really good time to practice those release rituals that we've been talking about, right? Write down negative emotions or frustrations and let them go. By timing important conversations with the moon's energy, we can create stronger, more successful workplace relationships. Let's see, what about bringing moon magic into professional relationships? This is going to be key because we get to align our workplace interactions with the lunar energy and navigate that teamwork, the emotional shifts and communication procedures more effectively. So the moon provides a natural rhythm for collaboration, negotiation, and resolution, really making it an invaluable guide for our workplace success. So don't forget, schedule teamwork and pitches based off of the moon phases, right? Again, new moon for planning, full moon for visibility, waning moon for review. Be mindful of emotional shifts, especially during the full moon, and use the waning moon for conflict resolution. Again, use that lunar-inspired communication strategies, right, to time networking, those big asks, and those difficult conversations. Now, as the next lunar cycle unfolds, reflect on how moon energy is influencing your personal workplace relationships. Ask yourself, how can I use the moon's phase to enhance teamwork and collaboration? What important conversations should I time with lunar energy? And what workplace challenges can I resolve as the moon wanes? By working with the moon, I I think that you will find your communication, your leadership, and team work functions naturally aligned with success. It really is going to help you navigate workplace relationships with clarity and confidence and just a touch of magic. All right, now before I wrap this up, I know I'm going a little bit long. Oh, here I go again. If all of this sounds great, I want to add in a what if. All right, great, Charlene. This is perfect. This sounds amazing. I'm all in. I want to start incorporating this into my work life. But what if something at work does not line up with this natural flow of energy? What if you must have that big meeting during a dark moon phase? What if you have to launch a new product during a waning moon phase? Like what do we do? Well, guess what? We adapt because we have tools at our disposal for just this type of thing. One of the biggest challenges with everything we have reviewed today in practicing office moon magic is that work deadlines, business launches, corporate schedules, whatever you have, they don't always align with the ideal lunar phase. While we aim to work with the moon's natural energy, right? The reality is that some things just need to happen outside of the perfect moon phase. So instead of stressing about mismatched timing, I think we can use adaptation spells, some counterbalancing energies, and intentional workarounds to shift the energy in our favor. So what can we do? How do we adjust when moon magic timing is just off? If your launch meeting or project deadline lands during a less than ideal moon phase, here's how we shift the energy and make it work. Let's pull a specific scenario. Like, let's say you are launching a product during a waning moon instead of a waxing moon. So a waning moon is typically associated with release, right? Endings and closure, whereas a waxing moon is ideal for growth and expansion, making waxing energy preferable for a product launch. How do we adjust? Well, guess what? We are going to use solar energy as a boost, right? So if the moon's energy is decreasing, turn to the sun's energy for expansion and visibility, right? Charge your launch materials, website, marketing, product samples, whatever it is that you have. Charge your materials, your launch materials, in the morning sunlight to infuse them with growth and momentum. Invoke the next waxing cycle, right? In your product descriptions, your sales emails, your launch messaging, or messages, whatever you're saying, set intentions for long-term growth. Example, like, this is just the beginning, or growing bigger every day, right? Perform a waxing moon visualization, right? Before the launch, meditate or visualize the energy of a waxing moon growing and amplifying success. And then you can use candle magic, right? Something to shift the energy. Burn an orange or gold candle, something for expansion and success. And say, though the moon may wane today, success and growth shall find its way. By fire's glow and sun's bright light, this launch expands both bold and bright. All right, let's pull another scenario. What about, what if you are holding a high stake meeting during the dark moon instead of the full moon? We know full moon is ideal for the big meetings, being visible and being persuasive, while the dark moon is more about rest and reflection and withdrawal, right? It is not the best time for a big pitch. But what if we just have to? We're gonna adapt and adjust again. We are going to tap into dark moon strengths, right? Since the dark moon is about introspection and wisdom, position yourself as the expert in the meeting. Use facts, research, and grounded confidence to persuade instead of relying on high energy charisma. Bring in full moon energy with crystals, right? Keep that citrine for confidence. Bring in the labradorite for power, or clear quartz for amplification. Have it at your desk or in your pocket to channel the full moon magnetism. And then use light symbolism. Wear white, wear silver or gold accessories to invoke light energy despite the moon's darkness. And then use some type of invocation, right? Something for power. Before the meeting, say, though the moon is hidden, my light remains. I speak with wisdom, clear and plain. My words hold power. My mind is bright. Success is mine in lunar light. What's another one that could happen? I don't know. Let's say you have to let go of a toxic client, or you need to end a contract during a full moon instead of a waning moon. We know the waning moon is best for releasing and ending things, right? But what if? What if you must cut ties or finalize a separation during a full moon? Well, the high energy phase may make things emotionally charged or dramatic, but we can adjust, right? We've got the what if. We can use the full moon for illumination. Frame the ending as clarity and empowerment rather than loss, right? Example, like, I now fully see that this is the best path forward. Bring in some balance with water energy, right? Since the full moon energy can heighten emotions, drink chamomile or peppermint tea, or carry aquamarine or moonstone to stay calm and neutral. And then we can always burn a white candle, something for peaceful release. Instead of using, instead of using banishing energy, say a gentle closing spell, like under this moon, I close this door. With gratitude, we need no more. Peaceful endings, new paths to see. I move ahead, my spirit free. All right, let's grab some other quick fixes when, the moon timing is just off and we are in our what if. So if you need to start something new during a waning or dark moon, think about long-term growth. Say something like, this beginning is rooted deep and will grow with each phase. Charge materials under a waxing moon beforehand, if possible. And then use solar magic, right, to counteract that waning energy. Place launch plans under the sunlight. If you need to release something during a waxing moon, frame it differently. Right? Say something like making room for expansion instead of an ending. Use gentle release magic instead of banishing. And if an important event is happening just in general on the wrong phase, burn a candle, right? Matching the desired moon phase's color. Gold for waxing full, black for waning. You guys know what to do. Visualize the moon in the phase, the ideal phase before the event. Now, with all of that said, all of this amazing energy, I want to wrap it up and say that either way, you are the magic. While the moon phases are powerful guides, for me, the moon magic, obviously, moon magic is very important to me. But while the moon phases are certainly powerful guides, please remember that your own magic is stronger than any celestial timing. Intention is everything, and with the right mindset, you can shift energy to work in your favor no matter what phase the moon is in. If lunar timing is off, just ask yourself, how can I adjust my energy to match my goal? What alternative sources of power, sunlight, elements, visualization, whatever it is, what alternative sources of power can I use? And how can I reframe this event in a way that aligns with the moon's energy? I think by staying adaptable and, working with both lunar wisdom and personal will, practicing office moon magic can ensure success and harmony in any moon phase. How about a quick sigil before we sign off here today? Let's do a sigil aligning energy when the lunar timing is off. Something that's just going to give us a little extra help when things aren't lining up perfectly. This sigil is going to be designed to balance and align your work and magic, ensuring that no matter what the moon phase is, your intentions are going to flow smoothly and successfully. And I will have these notes and this visual on the moon office moon magic worksheet on Patreon too. But sigil meaning on this one, I would focus on the saying, even when the moon and timing shift, my energy aligns, and success uplifts. What we want to do, we want to draw this sigil on our planner, on a project note, or even just a sticky note at your desk. You can carve it into a candle before performing a spell, right, to counteract misaligned timing. You can trace it on your palm with your finger before a big event, meeting or launch, or write it in moon water and, spritz your workplace to realign the energy. Hold the sigil in your hand and say, though the moon may wax or wane, my work aligns, success remains. In any phase, my magic stays. I bend the tides, I shape my days. This sigil is going to serve as a powerful anchor when, those moon phases just don't match up to our timeline. It's going to help us stay confident, adaptable, and, magically aligned no matter what. So the sigil, again, head over to Patreon so you can get the visual on this one. It is something that's going to represent our, flow, adaptability, and success, regardless of the moon's phases. The crescent moon symbolizes lunar magic, and the spiral in the sigil represents energy, movement, and flexibility. And the alignment line that's right across the middle is going to help ensure balance in any cycle. Again, I've got a big circle, a closed circle. I've got a waning moon and a waxing moon on each side. I've got a spiral in the center. I've got a line straight across the middle, and then two dots, one at the bottom and one at the top, offset just a little bit. Patreon's got the actual image, but print it, draw it on a sticky note, place it somewhere at your workplace. Trace it in the air before a big event, right? Something to align your energy when the moon cycle is just not lining up. Again, carve it into a candle. Draw it in moon water. Sprinkle it in the office, something. But let the sigil be your magical anchor when things just don't align perfectly. Because guess what? Your energy is stronger than the timing. All right, my listeners, I hope you feel inspired to bring the moon's magic into your work life in ways that just feel natural, feel empowering, and aligned with your energy. Whether you're setting up that new moon altar we talked about at your desk, maybe you're aligning your projects with lunar phases, or maybe you're using some of that moon-charged water to refresh your workspace. Just remember, ultimately, you are the magic. The moon is a guide, but the power to shape your career, your goals, and your success comes from within. No matter what phase the moon is in, or what phase of your professional journey you're navigating, you have the wisdom, intuition, and resilience to adapt and grow and thrive. So as you move forward, ask yourself, how can I work with the energy available to me right now? How can I honor the flow of my creativity and ambition while, making space for rest and reflection? Take what resonates from this episode and start small. Charge a crystal for focus. Time your meetings with the moon, or, set intentions with lunar energy. Over time, these practices will weave magic into your career, really bringing alignment, success, and balance in ways that you never imagined. So again, I will have the supporting worksheet for this episode posted on Patreon for our family members. And if you loved this episode, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to dive deeper, I really do invite you to join me on Patreon for that extra content, the moon-aligned rituals, and witchy work motivation. Now, I do have a poem for today's office moon magic topic and the moon update for this week. Before I grab those notes, don't forget to join me on Annika's podcast for my guest spot with her this week. We are talking about spirit interactions and specifically what happened to both of us last week. Her podcast is called Between Two Worlds, and it's over on Spotify. I do have the link in the show notes if you want to grab it there too. All right, I will be right back. Okay, Office Moon Magic Poem, and it goes. In the glow of the moon, my work takes flight. New moon whispers, set goals in sight. Fresh beginnings, dreams take hold, intentions planted, bright and bold. As a crescent grows, so does my drive. Waxing moon fuels what keeps me alive. Momentum builds, ideas ignite. Step by step, I reach new heights. Full moon shining, strong and bright, a time for action standing in light. Speak with power, take the lead. Success flows where I plant the seed. But when the moon begins to wane, I pause, reflect, release the strain. Lessons learned, I clear the way, making space for a brighter day. The dark moon calls, a moment of rest, a time to reset, to silence the stress. Shadows faced, old wounds heal. I trust what's next, the cycle is real. Through every phase, my magic stays, aligned with purpose in work and play. No matter the moon, no matter the time, success and magic will always be mine. All right, let's see our moon, our lead character for today's episode. Well, she is in her last quarter phase right now. This is also the waning phase. The last quarter moon carries the energy of release, reflection, and transition. It is a time to evaluate what has worked, what hasn't, and what needs to be let go of before the next cycle begins. Now, as the moon wanes, its energy really does turn inward, making this phase ideal for those course corrections, the deep introspection, and, tying up those loose ends. In both magical and practical work, the last quarter moon really supports letting go of outdated plans, clearing mental clutter, and preparing for a fresh start in the upcoming new moon phase. It is a time for gratitude, closure, and, a little bit of refinement, ensuring that only what truly aligns will move forward into the next phase. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of office moon magic. I really am sending you wishes that your work is fulfilling, your energy is aligned, and your success is as radiant as the full moon herself. Until next time, keep shining, keep growing, and most of all, keep making magic in everything you do. I hope you have a great rest of your week and weekend, and I will talk with you next week. Thank you for joining me today at Witchy Work Wishes, a place to find your weekly inspiration for bringing your personal witchcraft practice into your business, work, and office. For more information and additional content, please visit me online at witchyworkwishes.com. If you want to send me a personal note, please email me at info@witchyworkwishes.com. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Just search for Witchy Work Wishes.